uh, because of the fact that I was not there physically, although I did appear on Zoom, which I thought was perfectly legal because I'm obviously not in the country and other family obligations and so forth, lawyer fee, all that crap. I was basically stymied in this case, where he did not allow me to present my evidence, which was a travesty in itself. And at one point, I wanted to shout or laugh. I didn't know which was going to come first, but I had to restrain myself. So we estimate that he didn't allow them any punitive. First of all, I knew the turnout of this thing. I knew what it was going to be. Absolutely. She put on the crocodile tears, the whole bit. It was all complete bullshit, from bed bugs to expenses at hotels. When their daughter was flown there to stay there when I was this really evil landlord. Goes to show you, don't rent to anybody. This could happen to you. And it happened so called to me. I estimate about 50,000 is what I estimate in damages. They didn't want to put any punitive on there. I made sure to the judge that I got my words in, whether admissible in court or not. I painted a picture of what these tenants were like, and I did it very well. They did not allow me certain testimony because I wasn't there physically. That's all it was. And I told them straight off, if I was there, I would present some incredible evidence. I thought that going on Zoom was the same as being in the courtroom. If I had known this, I wouldn't even bother to go there, because he wasn't taking, he did take into consideration some stuff. He actually did. Thank goodness for small miracles. But it goes to show you the bullshit and crocodile tears that were coming out of her mouth was incredible. I'm responsible for pre existing health conditions, a landlord that he had to be in fear of, that 24 hours a day I was threatening these people. Really? Why did they invite me over for barbecues, birthday parties, cutting my hair? Don't rent. Don't rent to anyone. That's what it comes down to. Don't rent. Don't be a landlord, because tenants have more rights, unfortunately, for landlords. Uh, I found this thing to be shocking, not shocking. I expected this kind of rhetoric coming from them, but it was humorous to me. It was absolutely humorous because I know the truth of everything that happened there. Oh, I had all my evidence here to present. I had everything here. And if I would have gotten what I needed to say, then it would have been allowed in testimony. I would have painted a picture of these people that even the judge would have started scratching his head. And he did scratch his head because otherwise it would have been punitive damages. Now comes to the fact that you can't squeeze blood out of a turnip. You could come up with any amount of money you want on a judgment. Name a number, $1 to $50,000. Where's this money coming from? Hell if I know. But they're still going to be responsible. The good one is that the good one is that I know they're listening right now, or they will be. The good one is that I'm supposed to pay for pre-existing medical conditions. The girl had Bell's palsy. Her husband has PTSD, and I caused that. And I'm looking in windows, and I really got. I did put in one thing on there I was very proud of. I said, no offense to the plaintiffs, as far as peering in windows when I was painting. First of all, they were well informed about that. I'm not that stupid. I said there was nothing inside those windows that would be worthwhile for me to peer into somebody's windows. I said, I have a beautiful woman, and there was nothing inside that house would make me want to peer into somebody's windows. And you'll understand what I mean if you ever. I'll just go on from there. Nowhere in my life am I ever that desperate that I have to peer into these tenants' windows as if there was a beauty queen there. Not in a million fucking years if I was the last man on the fucking planet. I was simply painting the trim on the windows. But I did get to present that much to him. I was happy about that. And to put that statement in made my day. Nothing to see, folks. Go back to your homes. Nothing to see. Nothing to see in those windows. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. I have my own personal taste. Okay. And I have a beautiful woman at my side for over 7 years. I have no need or want or inclination to see what's inside those windows. And the reason they kept their curtains shut is because they didn't want me to see the damage that they caused to my unit. That's what that was all about. Yeah. Sorry, Fazio, you didn't get to testify, you piece of shit. Oh, that's horrible. That's really horrible. You'll pay your price. You will. But I thought all in all, there was an expectation. I thought it'd be a hell of a lot more than that, to be honest with you. He said he will not include punitive damages. I estimate around 50K. So the question is, where's that money coming from? I have no holdings in Hawaii. So, by the way, let's back up a little bit. Nothing to do with predatory stuff with children. And the ridiculous thing that they talk about it, when I was photographing the house after I painted it, her daughter happened to come on with a T-shirt. Well, so they wear T-shirts. And because she happened to be in the line of my camera's lens, there was something sexual about that. Really? How's that? How's that? It was absurd. Everything she said on the stand was absolutely a lie. It was absurd. It was a frivolous attempt to make money off a good man. Nothing happened with Kaleo. They couldn't even bring it up. Nothing happened with the kid. The so-called Mushroom Man song was thrown out. Did you hear what I said? It was omitted. There was no foul play with that, or else the lawyer would have made that inclusive on here. I'm exonerated from that because there was no damage. No child was hurt, touched, or anything. I sung a fucking song. Even the lawyer figured out that we can't use this, you know. So all in all, it was expected. What I didn't expect was this is a special broadcast. What I didn't expect was that I did make a show, and they do allow people on Zoom. They do allow that. But I guess his answer to that was that, well, you didn't make pre-arrangements to do that. Okay, well, fair enough, fair enough. But I maybe assumed too much on there. I wish I could have put in all my testimony because there were some things in there that would embarrass the shit out of them. Of evidence I have that I would have loved to present, but it's over. Done and gone. Done and gone. You can't squeeze blood out of a turnip. I have no holdings in Hawaii. They can't touch my Social Security. There's already provisions in there. So they won the judgment because I didn't appear, basically. He had to award because I didn't physically appear. That was it. And that was the reason. But if I was in that courtroom and I was able to present my evidence to them, we would have had an entirely different scenario in here. Entirely different, I assure you. Anyway, it's over and done with. And as far as, I don't care what the price is, 50K around there? $1 million? $2? Where's it coming from? Is there a magic tree in Hawaii that's going to produce this money? I have no holdings, no cars, no other property. And as I said, there's a procurement. There's actually from the, hope I didn't get rid of that. There actually is if you want to call it a statute or whatever, that provides safety for those who have a Social Security account. Now, for example, if you, I'm going to read this again here. Okay, many consumers receive federal benefit payments that are protected under federal law from being accessed or garnished by creditors other than the United States government and certainly state agencies. through a garnishment order or similar written instruction issued by a court. Now, despite these protections, developments in debt collection practices and technology, including the direct deposit of these benefits, such as Social Security, have led to an increase in the freezing of accounts containing federal benefit payments by financial institutions that receive a garnishment order. Now, as a result of this, the Department of the Treasury, Fiscal Services, the Social Security Administration, and the Department of Veteran Affairs, Railroad Retirement Board, and the Office of Personnel Management have jointly issued a rule, interagency regulation that a financial institution must follow when it receives a garnishment order against an account holder who receives certain types of federal benefits. Okay? Railroad retirement, whatever it might be. Okay. Now, um, federal benefits payments are direct deposit, which is mine, Social Security. The types of federal benefit payments are covered by the interagency regulations are Social Security benefits, supplemental Social Security income benefits, veterans benefits, federal railroad retirement, unemployment and sickness benefits, civil service retirement system benefits, and federal employee retirement system benefits. Okay. The federal banking agencies are responsible for enforcing compliance with this regulation. Okay? And under the regulation, generally, financial institutions that receive a garnishment order are required to follow. They're required to follow certain procedures, including the following: determine whether any account held by the named account holder received exempt federal payments, direct deposits such as Social Security and so on. Determine the sum of the protected federal benefits deposited to each individual account during a 2 month period. What does that mean? Okay. Okay. And ensure that the account holder has access to an amount equal to that sum or to the current balance of such accounts, whichever is lower. So when a financial institution receives a garnishment order, it must first determine whether the order was obtained by the United States or issued by state child support enforcement. Not the above. I mean, child support. Yeah, they can go after that. Well, according to this statement that I'm reading here, there, unless the law has changed in the past week, you can win a judgment against me by default because simply I wasn't there physically. Doesn't mean that they're right and correct and everything they said was the truth. And I listened to this thing, and I listened to this thing. I couldn't believe, well, I did believe what I was hearing because I knew that she would go that far. You'd have to know her in the family. Yeah, you'd have to know her in the family. And like I said, even to the Judge, I don't think this was their first rodeo. I got that in. Okay. And it wasn't. I'm, my opinion, I'm sure of it. I'm very sure of it. So who really wins on here? Well, according to how you look at it, where's the money coming from? Look, you could put a case on anybody you want. You could say anything you want. He did that. She did that. Hearsay, bullshit, third party videos, edited, blah, 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 blah. It comes down to the facts. You have to prove it. Now, only lost this thing on default, not because there was not evidence to present. There was plenty of it, well researched. And some details I would have loved to put out. They would have liked it. Would have put them in a world of hurt. But he did not give me the opportunity to do that. So basically, they won by default. It's not because I didn't make my appearance. I did make my appearance. And I thought that was required because they do allow Zoom sessions for courts. And the judge knew, the clients knew, the lawyer knew that I was living overseas. So the lawyer figured, lick my chops here. I see a default coming on Mr. B. I smell money. What money? What money? What holdings do I have in the state of Hawaii? Nothing. Zero. Got my Social Security. And as I just read, they can't fucking touch that. They can't touch that. Can't touch it. Dun, 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 dun. Can't touch that. Dun, 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 dun. So who won? Well, they got to pay their lawyer fees. They were hoping they would get money from me, like I had all these secret holdings or something. And the reason I'm doing a show about this is because I find it hilarious. Nothing to do with child predatorship, grooming, or any shit like that. That's out the door. Sorry, trolls. But that's it. 50,000 or so? I thought it'd be 100. Make it 200. It don't matter. They're not getting anything from me. And if there was even a remote way of them collecting, it would only be about 15% of your Social Security check. It's not much money, $150 or something like that. You know, no big deal. I mean, I could survive that, even if it came down to that. You can't squeeze blood out of a turnip. So what's the case all about? Why? Well, the lawyer continued that case because she saw money to be made from her clients. I mean, seriously. Now, she's really, a very qualified lawyer. She would know that if Mr. B's only assets are Social Security, how the fuck are we going to collect from him? But see, now the plaintiffs are going to have to find a way to come up with money to pay the lawyer. So, is there a winner in this? It's according how you look at it. It's according to how you see me smiling here. I'm just like I thought this was. I expected this. I expected this from these people. I absolutely did. Absolutely expected this. Not one thing I did not expect: bed bugs. Why did they allow the mother to sleep on the bed? And he wouldn't allow me to make these statements about that we had an exterminator ready to come over there. He wouldn't allow us into the room because they didn't want to see us to see the bedroom. There's a lot of things that the judge admitted that they tried to put on me. Where's all their witnesses? What happened to their witnesses? Where's the psychiatrist? That was all omitted. Absurd that they were so freaked out because of this crazy landlord. 24 hours a day, they were in fear. She had dreams. Her Bell's palsy went into overdrive. Her husband's PTSD went into Waxville. Get fucking real. Nice try. Yeah, I'm going on record of judgment, but fuck, I don't plan to live in the United States anymore. The fuck do I care? That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. Nice try, Tennis. You won your judgment basically because I couldn't physically be there. But I'm very happy I was able to get in some great statements to the judge. Truthful statements, by the way. Very truthful. You know, I love what I had to say to him. He heard what I had to say, but he couldn't admit that into evidence because I was physically not there. So, 40,000, 50,000, no punitive damages though. She's probably crying in her soup right now. We thought we were going to make enough to buy a house on Mr. B. Sorry, it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Now you have to pay your lawyer. Oh, I'm sorry. That's too fucking bad. Pay for their belongings? When they moved in there, they had a blow up queen size mattress and their clothing and blankets to put on the floor. I wasn't able to say anything about that. He tried to admit everything that I said. She says, I'm sure he's going to go on YouTube and talk about this. You're damn right I am. Of course I am. I can now talk about it. Everything they said was so far from the truth. Let me tell you something. If I was that kind of a bad landlord, shame on me. My God. I got them a new stove when it broke down. I offered to paint the bedroom because I thought it had kind of a putrid paint color on it. It was kind of a lavender. Okay. They didn't want me to do that. Exterminator. Hey, no problem. Let exterminator come over. Let's see if they really do, instead of taking pictures on the internet of what appears to be bed bugs. There was never bed bugs. But why did they allow their mother to sleep on that bed if they were bed? Would you put your mother on a bed with bed bugs on it? I don't think so. I certainly wouldn't, unless you hate your mother. But everything, the kids' physical thing, they had to fly them. to a wahoo. Oh my God. I mean, the guy was carrying an axe. He's an axe murderer. My God, we're afraid to come out of our doors. We got this crazy fucking landlord. Really? Wow. Doppelganger, perhaps. Wasn't me. Twasn't me. It was hilarious at best. But it's over. I mean, it's truly over. They didn't get what they wanted. They're not going to get what they want. They can put any goddamn figure they want. But where's the money coming from? I don't own any properties. What do I own? Philippines? It's under my girl's name. Only properties in Hawaii? Nothing. Assets in other banks? Nothing. Do I got anything above and beyond what I make on Social Security, my bank account? Nothing. Huh? Now you got to pay your lawyer. Oh, I was almost crying and shedding a tear with your stories on there. Wow. Great actress she is. I got to give her kudos for that. I don't think it's her first rodeo, folks. I don't think it's her last. Thanks for tuning in. It was interesting at best. Wow. Wow. It's like, Ricky saying he's going to give all this money to Bummer. Same difference, really. All the bullshit coming out. Tell all the story. Barry's being put away. I talk like Ricky. Barry's being put away. He's being put away a long time. Barry's going to pay the price. Hey there, raining cats and dogs. Hope you've been listening to this. I don't want to repeat myself. Okay. I thought it was hilarious because there was so much mistruth. All of it was mistruth. Pay for their pre-existing health conditions? The fuck do I have to do with that? Peering in windows? Like I said it to the judge. I said it to the judge. I got that in. I said, no offense to the plaintiffs, but there ain't nothing in those windows that I would care to look at. I got a beautiful woman here in the Philippines, man. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing in there that I'd care to look at in any form or way. And if I was a fucking pervert, I wouldn't even look in that window either. Because there really wasn't nothing to see. Nothing to see, folks. Go back to your homes. Spread out. Give them some air. What fucking travesty this was. What bullshit. But it's over. That's it. That's it. It's over. No child predatory shit. No Mushroom Man song with the kid. You can now dispense with that. Oh, God, I didn't want to talk about this. Hope you enjoyed that I came on. It's over. That's it. Nobody collects anything. Nobody gets a dime off of me because I don't have that kind of money invested in Hawaii. Assets, anything. So what do you do with that? Oh, okay. Well, give you a black eye because I won the case. I won the case. But did you really win that case? I think the judge was taking in everything I had to say, but legally, and I understand that he could not allow me to be on Zoom. And if I was the judge, he's a human. And he can see all the bullshit that's been thrown, the mud pies and bullshit with flies on them that's being tossed around, and the artificial tears, crocodile tears. It almost brought a tear to my eye. This guy must be a bastard landlord, man. Shit, I'd be crying too if I had a landlord that way. That's not me. But you can make me anything you want. You can make any allegations against me that you want. Doesn't mean it's true, but you could give it a good try, right? Take care, folks. It was very interesting. It's over. So I'm saying it's over. And Barry, I hope you rot in fucking jail. You will. You got a lot more time. Don't trust Ricky at all. Don't trust anyone. His lawyer could make contact with anyone. They're not answering her. Oh, sign this, notarize that. Bullshit. Bullshit. Barry knows where he's going. Nowhere. He might wind up in Biggie time, where he belongs. And his little hotel suite that he has at the entertainment center with his hot water heater and his rice cooker. Looks like a sorry store in there, doesn't it? Seriously? Oh, he's got it made. Cell door that's not locked. Nah, that's not what you're going to get in Biggie time, my man. Payment is due. And it's been delivered. It's been delivered. Enjoy your stay, Barry. Over a month in jail already. And maybe a lot more. Well, don't underestimate my intelligence. Don't underestimate my ability to make something happen. And as far as I'm concerned with this Hawaii case, which is now finally fucking over, finally over, uh, it was a bullshit story all the way through. Everything she said. Everything she said. Why? Because she was seeing dollar signs. People will do a lot of hateful, disgusting things to make money off somebody. Like Ricky collecting funds for Barry. How much is going into his pocket? How much is he giving Barry? What a travesty. Life can be a travesty, right? Right? Yeah. Well, you either live the truth or you live a lie in your life. And how you think that's going to help you by living a lie comes back to you something called karma. I am not totally disappointed in this Hawaii case, finally the trial. I'm really not. Because they can name any price they want. Like pay for furniture they never had. They were ready to move out right away. That's what they do. They came in with a blow up queen size mattress and the kids sat on some slab or something. And the mother got to have the single bed I had in a perfectly clean bed, perfectly clean mattress cover. My attachment tank was treated with 2 ounces per 10,000 gallons on there. No rat residue. It was covered with a tarp that prevented anything from going in. I had a filtration system that would catch any sediment, coarse or fine. Bullshit. The kid got skin conditions from my water. Then why, all the years, 14 years I lived there, did I not develop skin conditions? Why is that? Why is that? Oh, but it sounds good to them. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get you for this. I'm going to get you for that, for my kid's expenses. The poor kid was going through hell, crying at night. Oh, the agony, the pain, the agony. For what? I barely even talked to the people when I was there for that year and 1 month. Although I was invited to their barbecues, got a free haircut from her. Okay, you follow me on this, folks? Something ain't right. You know what I mean? In Funky Town on this, there's simply people trying to make money from me. And although they think they're making money off of me, I'm still yet to see how. Now, unless the law has changed, they can go after my Social Security, which bank account is also under my brother's name. I have no holdings. Where are they to gain? Now they're going to owe their lawyer money. Lawyer didn't mind doing this case because she figured my clients are going to owe me money one way or the fucking other. They're not my family. They're my clients. Yeah. Just like the money that's supposedly going to Barry's lawyer. She'll graciously accept that money. Why not? That's my show. Enjoy, folks. I think it's over. Let fate take its place. Let karma take its place. And I'll be honest, I didn't have a good sleep last night because I knew I had to get up so early in the morning. I was very anxious about this thing. At the same time, I knew what the outcome was going to be. I didn't know that I could not do the kind of testifying that I was hoping to do because I was not there physically. That's all it really was. They won judgment basically not on facts. They didn't bet it on facts. They won it on a judgment. That doesn't mean what they said was true or deemed to be true or proven. It was a judgment. In other words, if you don't show up for a hearing, no matter what they wrote about you, they're going to say, okay, man, whatever they have to say, disgracing your character as a person, a human, a landlord, they hate them. Don't rent, people. Believe me, don't rent. It's okay that they could say that and try to get away with it. Well, there's money to be made. You'll lie through your goddamn teeth if you have teeth. Barry's lawyer making some money. She knows there ain't nothing he can do in this case. He overstayed or he didn't overstay. And he's not If they say an undesirable, they say that he was an undesirable. He's still deemed an undesirable. That's bullshit. Ricky's full of shit. No money in the world is going to help Barry out at this point. It's not a money issue anymore, really. It's a commissioner issue, whether he broke the law or not. And the lawyer's only glad to take his money, or your money, or his money, or whoever donated this and that. They're glad to take your money. But anyway, we won't get into that. Barry's in jail. That's all that matters. One more case to go, a couple of months. And I think that person is going to be very disappointed in understanding that you either broke the law or you didn't, and you have no defense whatsoever. And in cases like that, it's probably easier to settle out with somebody. Because if you can get 2 to 3 to 4 years in jail for breaking the Republican code, well, what's that worth to you? But that case is not about the money. If they offered me on that other case, 500,000, 700,000 pesos, and say, can we call this quits? I'm just saying, no, it ain't the money. I don't need your money at this point. It's the principle. It's the principle. That's all it is. No, pal. You had the nerve to go defame me on fucking social media, like Barry did. They're all going to pay the price. Anyway, I'm relieved. It's over. Yeah. Where's the money? The McGuire movie. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Where's this money coming from? Do I have trees planted in Hawaii that's producing dollar bills? I wish I did. Where's the money? Where's the money? Where's the beef? Tutu, ta-ta, end of discussion. Humorous day. I didn't like losing sleep though. Get up. I got up at 2 in the morning even before that in preparation. I didn't know that the Zoom thing would work. I thought I had it set up, and it turned out that I did have it set up okay. But as far as I'm concerned, it's over. And unless the law changes, whatever happens, happens. It's done. I know the truth. That's all that matters. I know the truth. They have to live with themselves the rest of their lives, but they don't care. Because I don't think it's their first rodeo. That's just a personal opinion of mine, not making a legal statement. It's just my opinion. What I say to these tenants are not directly, because I'm not communicating with them directly. I'm not emailing them. They're not on my camera. They're not on my commenters. Fuck you. That's what I have to say. That's what I have to say. You have to live with yourself. That's what I have to say. I have nothing more to say on this show. Take care, folks. And they say it's over when the fat lady sings. Well, she sang a very, thank you. She sang a very untruthful song. She needs to go to the confessional booth. You know, these religious people, God's going to look after us. You got an RSVP to hell as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, you do. The waterworks and everything that went on. I hope you guys were able to see this shit. I implore you to find a way to see this session because, yeah, repent, whatever. Repent. Go and pray. Go to the confessional booth on Sunday. Father, I forgive these sins. I lied through my teeth on a fucking court hearing. Oh, go in peace, my dear. Said 10 Hail Marys. See you next week after you commit more bullshit stories. Yeah. Did you know these people threatened my brother about a month and a half ago when one of the tenants happened to be at the same beach that my brother went to walk his dog? He put his fist up, threatening my brother. These are godly people here. Very godly people. What's that there, idol? Money makes the world go round. It certainly does. Well, if I ain't got a pot to piss in Hawaii, well, what's the gain? All that tear jerking, staged everything, all I'm going to pay for pre-existing medical conditions, flights to Oahu. Oh, but they can bring their daughter down, no? This dangerous man, but they haven't come down for a month. The gentleman of the house brought his daughter down. But I was this mean landlord. Dangerous. Why would you bring your daughter down? Get my point? Lie all you want. Yeah. No rat lung disease. Let me tell you something. I'm not a germaphobe, but I'm very aware of that kind of shit. I lived in that house for 14 years, and I taught my brother how to change the filters with grade, um, and what the formula was with bleach in the tank, which is 2 ounces per 1,000 gallons. It's 10,000-gallon tank. It was properly covered. I would always look under the hood about the tarpaulin on there, see if there's any debris in there. And I've had people come over to suck it out, leave, somehow get into the gutters. They manage the way. You get it sucked out. That's no big deal. Organic matter. But I put that bleach in there every single month, and so did my brother. They were so full of shit, I wanted to drunk. I told the judge, I said, I wish I was in the courtroom to say what I need to say, but you're limiting what I can say because you're putting a judgment on me because I didn't show up in person. Amazing, man. Hawaii Acres, did you live there? That's not a place to live. I lived in Fern Acres, and that was miles ahead. The roads in Hawaiian Acres, they were terrible. Big potholes, and when it rained, you couldn't even go through some roads. At least Fern Acres was paved. Oh, yeah, you know it. Anyway, you heard the story, and it was a travesty. It really was. And as I said, I didn't know whether to scream or to laugh, but I had to develop some composure. And at one point, and I said I was livid about this. I was livid about the bullshit they're spreading. I told the judge, if you and I sitting outside of this courtroom having a cup of coffee, I would tell you a lot of interesting things. You could look in my eyes and you could believe what I'd say. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm out of here. That's it. Hawaiian case is over and done with. And so am I. Thanks for watching. There's nothing more to talk about unless something spectacular happens and we get Barry into Biggie and I'll put a show on that, baby. Believe that. Toodles, title. Toodaloo. Well, in a sense, I did win. According to how you look at it. Got to get the facts straight, folks. Don't make accusations and allegations against somebody. Sorry, Fazio, it didn't turn out the way you kind of wanted it to. Okay? And they excluded you as a witness. They supposedly had 15 witnesses. Where were they? Because it wasn't valid. Psychiatrist didn't show up. None of the people showed up. She didn't have no 15 witnesses. Not at all. She knew her clients were wrong. If she couldn't see through the bullshit, but she don't care. She's a lawyer. She don't have to see through the bullshit with the client. Hey, listen, we can say this, we can say that. The judge will accept that. Who won? You know, you look at it, tell you what, you look at it any way you care to look at it. Toodaloo, and it's over. Sexual predator with a child? Scratch that shit. Scratch it. Grooming the child? The lawyer could not even introduce that because it was absurd. It was absurd. See? Sometimes it does take a case to get things out in the open, doesn't it? I'm glad it happened. I'm glad whatever, it's over. And, put in the paperwork, put a judgment on me, like I plan to ever live in Hawaii again, the United States. It ain't going to happen. You know, collect money from me? From what? From what? McGuire said, his client said, show me the money. Show me the money. I got nothing to show in the United States. Where's it coming from? And the thing about the Social Security, I think that's pretty tact. What I explained to you, if I spend my Social Security before the 2 month period, they can't touch it for 2 months. It's gone in a week. Collect from what? From what? Sorry, trolls, but maybe you expected something more intense. Who really won? Think about it. Who really won? That's debatable, I guess, at best.